got a lozenge in.
Oh no. Bit sorely?
I have been. I'm all right now, though. Cough and my voice went yesterday. I was panicking. I thought about that. I might have to throw a sickie and send somebody else.
That's what Lampard did recently.
Really?
Johnny Morris was in for him for the Forest game.
Okay. That's what I'll do.
It's all that shouting you done.
Exactly.
Cheers.
Whenever you are, yeah?
You've had a full week to train with them, which I guess has been nice after the Christmas period, or one of those where the players want to get straight back out to try and right the wrong of last Saturday?
I think it's probably a bit of both. Clearly disappointed with how the result went at the weekend, which is normal, and then, yeah, like you say, it's nice to have a bit of time to prepare for the game. We went for a period where it is intense and there's lots of matches, and so that's the focus. It's just playing games, recovering. But this week we've had some time, which has been good.
What are you expecting from Villa at the weekend? Is it sort of hard to judge them on last week's performance?
Yeah, I mean, they play Manchester City, so I think we all know that there's a potential that can happen to you. If you have a bad day and they have a good one, then they're a bit different to us, shall we say. So yeah, but previously to that, they've had some good results. You know, draw away at Leicester in the Cup and beating Burnley. So yeah, we don't pay too much attention to what the other teams do against Manchester City. We know that it's going to be they'll respond from it. Of course, it's not a nice result to have. They'll respond and they'll look to come to the Amex and take 3 points, I'm pretty sure.
It's got the potential to be quite an open game in terms of chances. I mean, you're looking to sort of seize the opportunities when they arrive?
Well, we hope it's open from our perspective. I hope it's not too open for their side. But no, like I said, they've defended. They've gone to a back five recently, so it's never so easy to create chances against teams with back fives. But we want to be positive. We're at home. We have to be. That's the nature of the business, the nature of the game. We want to try and win. So in order to do that, we have to attack well. But at the same time, they've got some good players, and they can, when you lose the ball, they can hurt you. It's the Premier League for you.
A lot's going on off the pitch at the moment as well, in this month in particular. Is it taking up much of your time, or are you just concentrating on what's going on the training pitch?
No, I think this January is always a little bit different to every other month, if we're being honest, because there's a lot of talk from you guys and questions and interest, and then that generates other things, and players have the windows open, so naturally there's more things going on in that regard. But that's normal. We know that that's the case. It's always been the way. Whenever the windows are open, there's always a bit more talk about something other than the football.
For supporters, what sort of update have you got for them? Anything about possible incoming?
Nothing. No. Nothing to report. As I've always said, the job for me is to focus on the guys we've got and improve. Clearly, we can do that. So that's what we have to do.
There's a report in the Nottingham press saying that Forest are interested in Glenn Murray. Can you add anything to that, or can you not see that happening?
Can't add anything to that. No, I wouldn't want to comment on a newspaper report, because sometimes that's not always true,
It's not one you can see that would work for all parties?
I doubt it.
Taking away from transfers now, Matt Ryan obviously got a lot of publicity around his donation to the Australian bushfire situation, and Aaron as well. And the club this week have matched their donations. What do you think of them as individuals and what they've decided to do?
I think it's a fantastic gesture from them, excuse me, and the club. Obviously, we're all aware of what's going on over there, and thoughts are with the families and people concerned. And it's nice that the guys they're in a position where they can do something to help. And obviously, it's nice, and we're proud that the club have sort of matched that offer and supported in the way they can.
Can it be difficult for them because they're a long way from home, and seeing that all happening? Matt mentioned that his family were here over Christmas and they've all gone back home. I guess they can feel quite isolated. Yeah,
and I suppose also that it puts things into perspective as well, in terms of the problems that we perceive we have all of a sudden they're not quite as big as we think when your home or your life is in danger, and what the guys are going through over there. So yeah, and from him he's an Aussie, and both of the guys are Aussies, and they're proud, and they love the country and they love the people there, and so there's going to be an element of sadness and responsibility, and it's just an indication of the type of characters that they both are, that they want to do something to help.
Speaking to Matt earlier as well, he said that it meant an awful lot that the club have backed him and supported him in this way. Is that typical of the ownership, that that they do something like that?
Yeah, it is. I think from a social standing perspective, I think we're quite strong in that regard, and I think we should be very proud of that mentality, of that culture that we have here. We want to try and engage with of course, our local community and our supporters, but also we understand there's a responsibility as human beings as well on a global scale, because the Premier League's it's a global brand. We're in the Premier League. If we can act in a way that is positive, then that's good, I think, for everybody.
Graham, is it possible that there could be no ins or outs this month? I know Graham Kyle has come back from Charlton, but is it possible that no one else goes and no one else comes in?
It's possible, absolutely, yeah. Anything is possible.
You're obviously very happy with what you've got. How do you go about improving the team as you talk about improving? How do you do it?
Well, I can't really be so specific to you, because then I start to tell you about the areas that we're not so good in, and then that's obviously indicates where we're maybe weak, and the opposition are looking at, maybe we can do this, maybe we can do that. So, yeah. Listen, I could sit here and say, we want this, this and this from an external solution perspective, and that, we always want to improve. But I do think that my job is to help the guys that we've got here and improve them, and there's no area of football that we play that we can't improve. That's why I see it at the moment, and that's the job. That's not a criticism of the players at all, but that's where the work is.
Why do you think you've only won one in 7? Are you just not getting the points you perhaps deserve with the performances?
No, it's more than that. It's not about whether you deserve. Football's quite simple. You have to score more goals than the opposition, and if you don't, then you don't deserve to win. We've had some good performances. In the last 4, we picked up 4 points, which is Tottenham away, Everton away, Chelsea at home, Bournemouth at home. It's probably about par for where we are. We played well against Crystal Palace and got a point. Didn't play well, although not as bad as people think, against Sheffield United, but we lost 1-0. The margins in the Premier League are so small. It's the toughest competition in the world. It's not easy to get points. That's the reality. Of course, I'd like to sit here and say we've won this and we've won that and everything be feel nice and great, but that's not where we're at the moment. We have to keep working, keep fighting. Every win, every point is really valuable. So that's the situation we're at.
Do you see Saturday's game as a 6-pointer and must-win, or do you not look at it like that?
I think there's a dangerous way of looking at it, because if we win, or Villa win, but that's the only win we get, then we're in trouble, is the reality. So it's about getting the points over the season. Would it be nice for us to win on Saturday? Yeah, of course it would. I'm sure Dean Smith would say the same thing. The situation for us doesn't necessarily change. We've always known that where we're at, we have to fight for every single point. every win is really valuable. So that doesn't change. But clearly, as the season goes on, these games become, the pressure and external noise is heightened. And again, that's to be expected. We have to focus on the game and focus on our performance and what we can do. And I'm sure if we do that well, then we can win.
What's the team used for the game?
We just had a bit of bumps and bruises at the start of the week from the game. So Shane missed the start of the week. Adam Webster did. Ali Razor did. We just bumps and bruises more than anything. But I trained yesterday, so as long as there's no problems, I think they'll all be available. Aaron Moy's recovered, so I think he'll be available. And then it's just Dan Burn and Jose, the 2 missing.
During the winter break, are you taking the players away? Is that a thing? I know you were asked it last week. Has that been set in stone yet, or?
Not set in stone, but we're looking at it. Yeah, be nice to get a bit of sun. No.
Solly March got 45 minutes this week. How did that go, and did he come through okay and everything?
Yeah, it was probably the worst conditions he could have picked in terms of the evening. Hurricane, whatever it was, Brendan. Brendan. Yeah, but yeah, he came through fine, no problems. 45 minutes. Like I said, not the greatest of evenings, but he's trained yesterday, so he's available.
In terms of Aaron Connolly, he missed out the weekend. Are there likely to be more opportunities for him? I mean, is it because he's just juggling the squad, or because he made such a big impact when he first came to the scene?
Yeah, of course, and there absolutely will be opportunities for him. But we also must remember he's 19 years old and he's learning the game and he's learning how to be a Premier League player. That's the normal process. He was playing in the 23 football last year, and he's taken the step up to play in the most competitive league in the world. So it's probably a bit unfair on us to expect him just to be available for every single minute. At the same time, we need to help him improve, help him be a better player, better professional. But that's normal. That's our life. That's our job. But no, he's available for the squad, and his attributes. I don't think we have anybody like him in the group. That's what he brings.
And how important are the sort of physical considerations on these players? We've seen a lot of major muscular injuries to a lot of high-profile players who played a lot over Christmas and New Year. How much is that in your mind, particularly maybe with the likes of Stephen Alzati and Aaron Connolly? Is that even more accentuated with those younger players?
Yeah, I mean, we looked at it that you want to win, you want to play well, but you want to try and avoid the big muscle problems, because that can, losing a player, certainly a major player for 2-3 months can be a problem for us. So yeah, it's part of the consideration. It's why over the Christmas period the team was maybe rotated a little bit because of those reasons. So you lose a bit and you gain a bit, but we've come through the period with no major problems. Obviously we lose Dan from a collision, which can happen, but it's nothing to do with fatigue. So that's been positive for us, even though of course we would like more points, but yeah, it's been that bit has been positive.
I know you only like to look at the next game, but the next 4 against teams below you in the table. How important is it for you in the squad to remain calm over this period if you don't necessarily get the results that you'd hope for?
Well, yeah, I think you've always got to be consistent with your thinking. Like I said, you win, it's not the season over and everything's great. You have to prepare again for another game, and equally if you lose, that's the nature of it as well. We have to understand that every game is a fight, every game we have to do our best, every game is an opportunity to win, and every game is an opportunity that, of course, it could go the other way. Whatever happens, focus on the next match. Don't think too far ahead. Don't think about what if. Just concentrate on the next game and give everything in that, and then we go forward from there.
It's quite a unique game, other than a half. Because of the sending off Barron, the late goal and everything. Jack Grealish was key there. I mean, a lot of talk about him in the England squad as well. I mean, how much of a talent is he, and how key is it to stop him this weekend? Yeah,
it was an eventful game. We started the game really well, and got the lead, and probably at that point looked like we were going to have a good afternoon, but things changed quickly. Man sending off affected it. Villa Park got him really involved in the game as well, I think, and even though we did quite well with 10 men, we weren't able to hold on. It was a painful experience, if I'm being honest. Conceding in that stage of the game, having 40,000 people celebrate is not a pleasant experience when you're on the receiving end. But and you're right, Jack Grealish, certainly against 10 men, was good on the day. I think he's a very talented player. You can see why he's linked with the national team, because he's got that ability and he's got that quality. So, but at the same time, Aston Villa are still a Premier League team with other players. So you can focus on stopping one, and there's a few more that can hurt you. That's the reality. But yeah, clearly Jack is a very, very talented Premier League player. Problem.